It's back to school season, and in that spirit, I thought we would talk about the state of education in America. There is so much we could dive into on this topic, such as the introduction of AI, school choice, COVID, and its effects on students, parents, and teachers, the fact that math and reading scores are in a free fall, how Americans stack up against the rest of the world, cell phone bans, and what education even means today. It's truly bottomless, and it will likely require multiple episodes to cover it, and this one will probably spawn even more. All of this got me thinking about my primary and secondary school education. I loved school, but I moved a lot, which was challenging socially and academically. I went to public schools and private schools and religious schools, so I had the benefit of seeing all kinds of different systems. By the time I reached high school, I was partying a lot and it felt like jail to me. And I say that realizing that someone like Malala should punch me directly in the mouth for taking the ability to go to school and learn for granted. But I'm an American, and if we excel at anything, it's taking things for granted. I appreciate the value of an education, but even in high school, I recognize that the one size fits all model that we have been using for 100 years was outdated and in need of reform. The concerns I had about school 30 years ago seem positively quaint compared to the challenges we face now. There's a push to ban cell phones in schools led by educators and authors like Jonathan Haidt. Honestly, I'm shocked we even let cell phones in, but this recent panic about cell phones feels too little too late now that AI has entered the chat and the classroom. Illinois just passed a law requiring mandatory mental health screenings starting in third grade, which has spawned yet another debate about parental rights and government overreach. And I'm not sure how teachers are grappling with AI, which has upended, well, everything. I asked a young Gen Z man in college if he or his friends read books, and he said, "Why would we do that when we can just put the title in Chat GPT?" And then he remarked that ancient folks like me, who insist on reading for the sake of reading, is like someone defending traveling by horseback once cars were invented. And honestly, I don't think it's not like he doesn't have a point. Half of college students say learning AI is the most important skill they'll gain in school, and they feel that their schools are failing them, forcing them to choose between the most modern tools and facing academic consequences if they do so. Now, this could also just be an excuse for wanting to use ChatGPT to write all their papers. My feeling is that the whole thing needs to be restored like a historical home. Strip the structure down to the studs, its bare framework, remove all limitations to progress and creativity and the bureaucratic bloat to address structural issues, and add in modern upgrades while preserving historical integrity. I was thinking of this metaphor when I was home in historical New England, so forgive me. As we speak, American education is being reinvented. Support for school choice is a mainstream position now. According to EdChoice, 62% of all Americans are in favor of public charter schools, including 60% of Black Americans, 62% of Hispanic Americans, and 70% of parents. Donald Trump recently signed into law federal school choice legislation in the Big Beautiful Bill. Much of this, the dreadful math and reading test scores, which were already in decline, but now they're falling off a cliff, and the sudden drastic shift in opinion about public education can be traced directly back to COVID, when kids were logging into Zoom school and parents had a front row seat to what they were or weren't being taught. For many parents, COVID was radicalizing. They became more involved. They started showing up at their meetings. Many of them feel failed or even betrayed by the system and want alternatives. In places like Texas, where I am, there are so many alternatives, it's hard to know where to even begin. There's homeschooling, micro schools, hybrid homeschool micro schools. There are AI schools. There's a virtual school. And it's tough to say whether the outcomes are better or worse. An entire generation of kids is essentially going to have to be guinea pigs for the new American education system. Whatever it is, it's going to look completely different a decade from now. So much of our school system and schooling has focused on results and test scores. My belief is that we need a return to caring about process too. We should be teaching the Socratic method again and critical thinking, curiosity, and media literacy. Not just how to read and write and do math, but why knowing how to do these things on our own and not outsourcing them to a computer matters. Writing helps me make sense of the world. Reading allows me to time travel or see the world through another perspective. Cliff Notes or Chat GPT summaries can't simulate the feelings a great novel can inspire in you, although some will push back and say that they can. Personally, I don't know what to teach my kid. Do I teach her to grow food or teach her to weld? I mean, honestly, I think either one or both will be useful on Earth or in an underground fallout shelter or Mars, wherever she might end up.